Okay, Raspberry Pi project number 1, programmed with C++. My first go at using C++ for anything, courtesy of this book right here, C++ for Dummies, and a good bit of Googling. What we have here is a controller that does not exist commercially for or that I'm aware of. It's a 3-zoned heating and cooling system that has 2 stages. So there are literally 3 sets of ductwork, motorized dampers that open and close for each zone when they need heating and cooling in each zone in the house, and can call for heating or cooling independently. So the first thing you're going to see is that indeed one stage works. This is our call for heat to the furnace. That's going to turn on the furnace. This opens the damper to that zone. And this is actually an auxiliary bathroom enable point for my friend who has auxiliary heat in the bathroom. He doesn't want that enabled unless there's been a call for heating within the last 24 hours or so. You'll see the second stage heating came on, and that's going to happen anytime a given amount of time elapses, probably 15 minutes, or similarly, I'll turn that off there and turn it back on. So now we're back to one zone. Before that time elapses, I'll call for another zone. So if 2 zones are calling for heating, we'll get 2 stages of heating, or if that time lapse has occurred. The other thing you'll see is a delay in the zone dampers. The last one will stay open for a short time after the heating is satisfied, and that's just to make sure the heat exchanger can cool off beforehand, before the damper closes. Cooling works similarly. There is, let's see, there we go. That damper's open. It also calls for the fan to come on. Single stage, either another call for cooling will call for that other stage, or the time lapse will call for that other stage. And there it goes. One thing I built in is to make sure that the heating and cooling weren't running. If the upstairs was calling for cooling and the downstairs was calling for heating, I didn't want them running at the same time. So I enabled that heating takes priority. And there you go. It's going to shut off cooling and shut off dampers to anything that isn't calling for. The only dampers open are the ones that are calling for heating. Same kind of thing. So there we go. Heating satisfied, cooling's re-enabled. Shut all that off. If we're running just fan only mode, let's say middle zone. Oops, there we go. Or which zone is that? Here we go. Middle zone is running fan only. If there's a call for cooling, let's say here, that's going to shut off that zone damper and open the one that needs cooling. That way, an area that wants ventilation is only going to get ventilation and not heating or cooling. So it's try to be a little bit intelligent with it. This final mode, you'll see that coming on and off. That's going to be enabled for an auxiliary bathroom, and that's going to stay enabled for 24 hours after any new call for heat. So that is Project X in a nutshell.